As far as I can see, it's just dry grass. Bidar has been on my mind for quite some time. However, I kept rescheduling my visit. The thought of visiting Bidar fort has been abstract, but this time I was determined and decided to leave early. The weather has been versatile these days. The day before I planned my trip, it was bright and sunny, but the very next day the clouds took over. The sun was trying its best to light up the region, and it was evident that the clouds couldn't endure it. Nevertheless, I made my decision to begin the journey, as the weather forecast advised that the low would be 17 and high during the day would be 27 degrees Celsius. Looking at the empty road, I felt that it is going to be a pleasant experience.
Well, hello my dear friends, thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Vish and you're watching Vish the Weekender. Alright, so I'm going to take you guys today to Bidar. We are going to explore the Bidar fort. It has been a long time thought that I would go to Bidar and check it out. So I'm in kind of hurry today because as I was looking at the Google Maps yesterday, it was showing 5 hours to travel 143 kilometers because of the traffic in Hyderabad. So right now it is showing as 2 hours 54 minutes for the same distance. So I'm trying to cross Hyderabad as quickly as possible. And by the way, to reach Bidar fort, I need to travel on Mumbai highway. So up until Kukatpalli and beyond Kukatpalli actually, the traffic will be hectic. So I need to travel as quickly as possible.
Though the plan was to travel soon to leave Hyderabad, safety has been always the priority.
So Bidar fort is in Karnataka, so that means I need to cross Telangana border and step into Karnataka.
I had to travel into northeastern part of Karnataka, which is towards northwestern side of Telangana. As on this day of making the video, Karnataka government requires a person to be fully vaccinated, and being fully vaccinated, a stay not more than 2 days is allowed, not needing an RT-PCR.
My GoPro is acting totally weird. It actually did not record most of the ride. I just realized it got stuck and it was on the same screen for a longer time. Just remove the battery and put it back. Not sure what's up with it. Maybe the firmware needs an update. I would take a look at it once I'm back to home.
After dealing with the GoPro problem, I began my journey.
Alright, so right now I'm on crazy busiest road. Yeah, so this is the stretch of road I actually wanted to skip early because the traffic will be so heavy. It would take lots and lots of time just to cross 5 kilometers. But Google Maps doesn't show there is any kind of congestion on this road, so that's a good thing. And that means I'm going to travel much quicker on this road. Yeah. So last week I forgot to lube the chain and I didn't want to miss out on that today. So it was the first thing I did today morning.
Recollecting the things that were to be addressed and realizing that they were accomplished put me in a satisfying state.
So it's 7:20 a.m. and just look at the traffic.
Just as I was thinking that the road was clear, I ended up cluttered in traffic. Slowly, I was out of the traffic and finally got onto the Highway 65. Surely, I was longing to ride on open roads rather than crawling in the traffic, which took some time to become reality. There is striking similarity between the city and highway traffic. Both seemed competitive. The engine and the highway, when they both meet to become smooth. As the number on speedometer was rising, the distance to the destination was getting reduced.
Alright, so far I have traveled 80 kilometers and the highway seems to be great. In 32 kilometers I need to take a turn.
The sun was rising high and the wind was still cold, but I picked up speed. It was time for a quick break after a constant ride. After taking the turn towards Bidar from the highway, I instantly realized that I need to deal with broken and patchy roads.
Okay, Bidar, 31 kilometers.
Switching roads did not make much of a difference. It was yet another rugged road. The land contained red soil and dry grass, which was quite different, so I went to check it out. Okay, let me quickly give you a view around. As you can see, it's just plain land with dry grass. It is so weird because there is no farm, no one is cultivating this land. Either this land belongs to government or I don't know what's the reason behind this land being so left off. See that?
As far as I can see, it's just dry grass. Alright, so anyways, I'm glad I've spot a land like this. I'm going to go back now.
Normally, deserted places would raise worries. However, this one was something special. A land totally off from the rest of it, yet still part of it.
And it looks like we're approaching the Karnataka border. Yeah, it says Bidar Urban Development Authority welcomes you. Okay, so we are in Karnataka right now. Surprisingly, there were no checks done on COVID vaccination, all of that.
I must admit that the road was well marked and maintained.
Okay, the roads look great. Okay, looks like I need to take a turn in 1.4 kilometers. Bidar City Ring Road.
Bidar lies at a central position in Deccan Plateau, at an elevation of 2,300 feet from the sea level.
Just look at that hill.
The entire district forms a part of the Deccan Plateau and is made up mostly of solidified lava. Bidar is known for its rich history and handicraft, known as Bidri products.
Just look at this land. So different. All, the dunes, it's everywhere. Okay, I can see the fort wall. Haha. Right, that's the fort wall. There are cracks in the wall and it's falling apart, but look at that.
I carefully navigated through the lanes of Bidar and reached the fort.
So Kannada language is close to Telugu. The letters and all. If you carefully watch and concentrate on the words, you can actually read Kannada. I mean, that's what I have experienced.
It did not take much time to reach the fort after entering into Bidar.
There you go. Wow. Alright, so we are in the Bidar fort. So this is the entrance. Oh my goodness. What? Just look at this. Oh my goodness. This is so huge. And this is still in perfect shape where you can actually walk on this wall and take a look around. Look at this moat. This would be normally filled with water just to avoid entrance or someone to break into the fort. Just look at this. I'm still going to climb a bit high. you can see, that's the window. Normally they are called as Jaroka. This is a entrance gate, and there is a way to get into that section of the fort here, and the route is the one which I just climbed up from.
In the 14th century, Ahmad Shah Wali Bahman built Bidar fort, and later it was renovated in 15th century by Sultan Ahmad Shah I as he moved to Bidar from Gulbarga. As I took a walk on the fort main bastion, the impressively large Bidar fort seemed daunting.
This is by far the largest fort I have visited so far. I'm kind of getting excited, not too sure what to capture actually. It's so huge and so beautiful.
The chirping parrots displayed their state of contentment and relaxation. So was I in the fort after a long ride.
So they named it as Gumbad Darwaza.
Gumbad means dome and Darwaza means gate. The dome from outside looked huge, but its view from inside was eye-catching.
Wow. So huge.
The dark-colored igneous rock produced spectacular view in the sunshine. I moved forward towards Hazar Kotri. Hazar means 1,000 and Kotri means chamber or closet. The Hazar Kotri has a central courtyard and visible chambers, and it is being said that there are tunnels and more chambers underneath it.
Look at this.
The flying jet reminded how time progressed and technology advanced, and right below the jet I was standing in the history and watching the present passing by. I found something interesting in the southeastern corner of the courtyard.
This definitely must be the washroom.
The way these sections were built raised a doubt that Hazar Kotri might be a prison. There were many chambers that collapsed as the walls gave up its strength over the period of time. I walked away from the corner to explore rest of the enclosure.
I'll try to go closer to those chambers and see if I can get inside. I mean, if they're actually allowing people to get inside. This one is well ventilated, so you can actually take a look.
The chamber didn't have basic provision, but looked to house people in it.
Wow.
Most of the internal parts of the fort was heavily restricted to preserve its authenticity.
I'm sorry I'm filming like this, but the entry is restricted inside.
The Hazar Kotri contains many untold aspects of it, which its overview would never reveal. I walked away from Hazar Kotri to see the Tarkash Mahal. The Tarkash Mahal was built between 14th and 15th centuries for Turkish wife of a Bahmani Sultan. And right beside the Mahal is Sola Kamba Mosque. Sola means 60 and Kamba means pillar. Next up was Takht Mahal.
Alright, so I'm walking towards Takat Mahal, which they say it's the Hall of Audience. So far it was, everything was properly, protected and everything was good. But this Takat Mahal looks to be all ruins. I don't see anything which is still holding its ground.
The day was reaching its peak and heat was growing strong. So was my determination to explore entire fort.
From a distance it looks majestic, huge, all of that, but let's go inside and see what it has to offer to us.
The granite walls looked strong, but for some reason they were struggling to stand. Maybe they want to proclaim the majestic work of its maker. Takht Mahal, which means throne palace, was constructed in 14th century by Ahmad Shah Bahmani. The Mahal, which lies in west side of the fort, was mostly used to address private audience of the kingdom. The Mahal, which has seen prosperous days, has lost its glory and was slowly deteriorating.
Alright, so it looks like it was just constructed to, carry out some activity or for the king to, relax. Other than that, I don't see a reason why they would, construct a building like this here. It is actually nice to see they have put up, the signboards and the directions, like what we find if we walk in different directions.
I wouldn't consider my journey as completed without visiting the Naubat Khana.
Well, this one looks interesting.
Naubat Khana means drum house, a place where musical ceremonies are conducted. Centuries have passed since a musical instrument rang in front of these walls, which have witnessed many musical performances.
Alright, so I think I have actually come to an end exploring this fort. The main section, in fact, most of the fort has been restricted. I was expecting that I would explore the fort totally and then show you guys how it was built back in those days. That's all I've got for you guys in this video. So if you have liked it, then like the video, share the video and subscribe, of course, so that you can come along with me on all these awesome journeys. So I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.
वैक्सीन हो गया सर बताइए सर्टिफिकेट मैसेज दोनों डोज हो गए यूट्यूबर सर
हाँ विश द वीकेंडर
जी
विश द वीकेंडर
एक फोटो ले लेते थैंक यू सर
थैंक यू वेरी मच
ठीक है सर आपकी
राइट थैंक यू